Alright, Fairy Tale Series 2, Episode 30. Um, and this is, I believe, like the official beginning of this arc, where all the celestial spirits are now changed for some reason and are now against being contracted to anyone. And now that's a big thing since Lucy owns most of them. But only the golden gate keys, like none of the silver ones, like the smaller ones. I'm wondering because maybe they don't have that much power or are not as influenced as much by magic around them. But who knows? And it might have something to do with the whole weather thing. I mean, the entire desert buried in snow. They make it seem like, oh, it's an inconvenience. It's just strange. It's like, I don't think so. I mean, I think that would affect a lot of the, animals and people living there. A lot of things are gonna die that way. But anyway, and that of course means all the fairy tale wizards are out there doing missions for different things. And I had two questions like, yeah, this is a very temporary solution, as they're not gonna be able to solve the weather problem. This is like, oh, it's hot here. Well, here's some ice and water for today. And who knows how much longer it's gonna last you? And even what made me laugh was Loxus. His job was as a lightning rod. So essentially, his job is just to stand there and get hit by lightning over and over. And I'm wondering exactly when that job is gonna end, because from the sounds of it, all this weather changes are not going away, so he might have to be on top of that building for days on end and never move. I mean, sure, he's smiling, like, I'm doing some work, yay, but personally, I would be like, oh shit, I gotta stand up here for a week and straight. My friends have to bring me food. This sucks. Although, since he's a dragon slayer, I guess he can eat the lightning, but I mean, he's gotta get bored sometime. Did he bring a magazine or something? I don't know. But besides that little bit of comedy that made me laugh, even though it wasn't intended to be comedy, I'm guessing, the majority of this episode is serious and dramatic, because now all the celestial spirits are evil, so to speak. Well, not really evil. I would say they forgot their memories, so that means they never were good. That kind of confuses me. Now, is it only the memories of Lucy, or is it all the memories entirely as celestial spirits? And if that's so, does that mean that the only memories they have are before they met Lucy, of the previous owners, and they were evil? So that means the celestial spirits that they had contracts with were evil too? It's kind of unanswered. I need to know more about that. But I will say that I kind of like the redesign of some of the celestial spirits. Other ones don't make sense, or just make them more ridiculous. But for the most part, I noticed a major difference. Some of them actually looked a lot more cartoony when they were contracted to Lucy, while some of them actually looked threatening and serious. But now it's kind of a turnaround. Some of them who looked silly now look scary and intimidating and powerful, while others look ridiculous. Like Sagittarius, he was ridiculous before. He was just a guy with a horse costume mask on, but now he's an actual, centaur. So that was like, okay, that's cool. Then Loki with his armor is like, holy shit, he looked badass. And then Virgo, I thought she looked cute before in her maid outfit, but with her new one, damn, she is smoking hot. Like, can she keep that outfit for, even after this arc is over with? Because I kind of like that one more. I mean, it's just my preference, I'm sorry. But then there's Capricorn, I believe. Yeah, Capricorn is the goat man. He looked cool, when he was under Lucy. But now, he's just a short little guy with a giant goat head. That was kind of weird. And then Taurus, I didn't get what he was. I mean, he's still a cow, I can tell by that. But now he wears a suit, but then a bull metal mask. Is kind of confusing. And Gemini looks cool. That's a good design. Again, majority of them are very awesome redesigns, and I like it. And actually, part of me is hoping that they keep that design after this arc is done. I know it's not going to happen, but it'd be nice. But yeah, the other ones are kind of ridiculous. But either way, now it's really bad, looking bad for everyone. Now, again, like I said, this could be connected to the weather, so whether or not it's some kind of um, astral event, cosmic event, maybe the moons are out of line, or the stars, and celestial spirits are connected to the stars, so maybe that's what it has to do with it. Like, there's no big bad villain. It's just a cosmic event that happens every maybe 1,000 years. I don't know. In that case, then all it really comes down to is waiting it out. I'm sure it's gonna go back and they'll get their memories back, or maybe they have to start over and building the friendship up from the ground up. Like, all right, that's a lot of work, but it'd be interesting. But again, that'd be like, no, that would take too long. So we have to find a way to break through their stubbornness. Like, remember our friendship. Ah, it's like, yeah, I can kind of see how this arc is gonna go. And it might get sickening near the end where everyone's crying. It's like, we were friends, and it's gonna make me hurl. But it's still cool to see them all being evil, I suppose. And they're talking about their perfect freedom, and it just kind of reminds me a lot of that Bleach arc where the Swords wanted to be free. Their Zanpakutos wanted to be free. It's like, oh, it's one of these again. I've seen this before, not just in Bleach, but other series as well. It's never bad. I mean, it does bring up a question as to whether, even if you call them friends and treat them as friends, the point is they're still contractually, devoted to you. Like, they technically have no choice. Even though you make them feel appreciated and everything, it doesn't change the fact that they're forced to be summoned and fight for you to a certain extent. But so it's a good moral question that I know Fairy Tail's probably not gonna point out and solve or anything, but still, it's cool to bring it up. And another thing that kind of irritates me about some shows that do this, when the friends have their memories altered or something to turn them evil, and the main hero can't attack them for the main reasons, like, they're still my friends, even if they've forgotten about me, I can't attack them. And I'm sitting there always thinking the same thing. No one is 100% always satisfied with their friends. There's always something about your friend you're gonna dislike. So, if I ever got the chance, like, oh, my friend's evil now? Sweet, I get to take out my frustrations of him on him. He's like, alright. Like, this is for eating my last Twinkie 3 months ago. It's like, come on, there's gotta be something, some reason, some excuse you can give yourself to punch your friend at least once. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'd be a horrible friend. Sue me, I don't know. But it's just, yeah, come on. No one is 100% nice to their friends. There's gonna be some times when you're jerks to each other. But overcoming that, those dislikes about each other is part of friendship. But again, that's probably just me. Either way, I like where this arc is going. It brings up some interesting concepts about the celestial spirits, and again, like I said, awesome redesigns. I know they're not going to keep it, but it's nice to know that they were there. I'm probably going to constantly think about Loki always wearing that armor, even in future arcs when he's not. That armor is badass, and Virgo, hot as hell. And so, either way, can't wait for the rest of this arc. Until then, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye bye.